Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. This is part of the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, where folks here in the US where I live, as well as folks in Europe, we all get together on Sunday afternoons/evenings in order to play tabletop RPGs. This is part of our ongoing 2021 series of Apocalypse World Burned Over. Apocalypse World has a second edition, which was released 4 years ago. I know, I can't believe it, but it's been 4 years. It came out in 2016. Oh, five. It's going on 5 years. It's actually, oh God, not, it doesn't matter. But in 2019, for Kickstarter's Zine Quest, Meg and Vincent Baker released a hack of their own game, and it's quite an interesting refresh. We've discovered that it's not fully baked. There's a few things that you have to look back to second edition Apocalypse World to really have it fully realized. And some of the changes we're tweaking as we go, but that's okay, right? It's a hack book. That's the expectation, is like jump in and play. So we have some different playbooks and some different basic moves. And in fact, I don't accept one of the basic moves as being kind of fun. So we've swapped out do battle, or we've kind of moved it into a strata of do battle is for gang or higher level warfare, actual battle. And then conflict or action scenes, that kind of stuff. We have a couple of moves we slid in there. But that's off the mechanical. Sorry about front loading with all of that. We are using the Carnival of Bullets as a hard zone. That's our setting. And Carnival of Bullets to me is very Mad Max by way of Cirque du Soleil. So there's a lot of Vegas feel. There's a lot of Thunderdome aspect to the very colorful game that we're playing. We do have electricity. We do have amenities that you might see now. So this is not an apocalypse that ended up being a medieval setting with guns, because I find that a little less exciting personally. So let's quickly go through our lines and veils, and then we'll introduce characters briefly and pick right back up where we had ended last session. The lines we have, meaning this is content we're not interested in, we will not feature: sexual assault, violence or coercion, cannibalism, and gratuitous cruelty presented as entertainment. We have veils, which means that we're okay if this happens, but we don't want to shine a light on it. We'll fade away, fade to black, cut away all those kind of TV terms or movie terms. Harm to animals, harm to children, and eye injuries. And then we also have the option of ask first, but as I look at our check boxes and all that good stuff, I don't see anything that anyone has currently in ask first. And then the last bit is 100% enthusiastic consent has been given to hella circus shit and graphic gore. So graphic gore except eyes or children or animals, all that's on the table and encouraged. That's likely going to happen. We'll see this session. We'll see. So let's go around the horn and have folks introduce their characters. And also, after we do that round of introductions, I'll check in for any beginning of session moves. So please be readying that for that conversation. Let's start from the right of the character keeper and head to the left, which means Tyler, you're up first. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Ariel, who is the monarch, which I have I have an artist collective. Some might be calling it a cult. I find that to be a little pejorative. Instead, we are out creating, making beautiful things that others can enjoy. I also have my my protectors, my guardians, who are part of the collective, because any good artist leader would need some protection. And all in all, Ariel is a sweet, wonderful person who likes to sing and dance her way through this sad world, leading her people to the magical kingdom beyond.
That's delightful. Thank you so much, Tyler. Next up, Sabine. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. I am playing whatever, who uses whatever pronouns, whatever, as a young adult, I guess, who is the volatile playbook, and she's got lots of guns and lots of opinions. And that's basically, that's basically whatever. I mean, she also has an artificial leg that is being maintained by Screwloose, I guess. And yeah, that's about it.
Rock on. Thank you so much, Sabine. Jen, you're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hey there, I am Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Dex the medic, who also uses she, her pronouns. Dex, Dex operates a refuge called Remedy, where you can get your hair cut, you can get a tooth pulled. If we've got dentite on hand, we can even do a drill and fill, if you want to keep that sucker. The smallest stitches you've ever seen, if you've got some kind of wound that needs closing. And of course, fashionable haircuts, clean shaves, beard treatment, whatever you need.
That is just straight up barber power. I love it. Thank you, Jen. Jan, you're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Jan, he, him pronouns. I will be playing Screwloose, the gear cutter. Screwloose is very good with machines, not so good with people. He's a bit neuroatypical. And he's currently scurrying around in the what's it called again? The
Halcyon Bureau.
Halcyon Bureau, yes, to go and look in the secret ruins.
Indeed, secret ruins, which we will definitely hit that this time. Alex, you're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character, please.
Hi, I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I'm playing Marilyn, the operator, who also uses he, him. He is a very mercenary, not in the guns and shooting people type way, but yeah, driver for doing, well, basically anything if it doesn't step over his personal line, which is fairly far away. I don't think he's a sociopath. I think he's just set in his ways from doing his own thing, mostly by himself a lot. So he has some issues with people. It's basically 3 categories of people: people he's scared of, people he thinks he can get a good deal out of, and then, whatever people, not whatever, but the other type of whatever people, children, things he doesn't have to care about in any way at all, or occupy any of his mind with.
Awesome. I love that Sabine's character name has now ruined a common parlance in our group of saying whatever. Oh, yes. Anyway, let's go around real quickly to do start a session moves. I know we've got some sixth sense. So hard for me to say quickly. So you got a 6th sense roll to make, Dex. Let's hit those dice.
All right, let's do it.
We're rolling plus sharp.
Doink. Doink.
Sharp is a 2.
A.
That is an 8. Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you get to hold 1 at any time during the session. You spend that hold to ask me what your 6th sense is telling you.
All right.
Let's see. Now, I know that there's a ear to the ground beginning of the session or whenever there's a break in play. I don't want to shortchange you on that because we kind of slow played you getting the meat. So, maybe this does carry away. You'll hear about this while you're dealing with the toll.
Yeah, I was like, at first I was like, do I need to do this move? But then I thought I could do it for Duskharrow way.
Yep, you totally could.
Should I roll that now?
Yeah, roll plus cool.
I will.
Holy cats! Gee whiz.
By the way, while I was testing out the new rolling, it's had the modifier every time. So
beautiful.
And it saved my rolls as well, which was
yeah,
also
it actually, if you look back, it's a persistent, like it's saving everything from last session too. It's quite a litany of die rolls. I love it. So with a 10 plus word reaches you that choose one, there's a great opportunity for you there. Ask me what it is, or you choose one from the 7 to 9 list. So what do you want to choose? Do we have any other started sessions? We have some like devotion and guard stuff. So do you want to cue that up, Tyler, while Alex is looking over options?
7 to 9, by the way. I'm choosing from that list. And something bad is coming your way, and the people there have a warning for you. Ask them to see what that warning is. Well, I guess I'll find that out.
Yes, sir. I love it. All right, let's jump over to Ariel. You have group-related things to check in on.
I do. I rolled my devotion. I made a roll, which I'm normally so bad at, and maybe it'll save it. We'll see. But I got a 10.
You did a 10 plus during the session. Your followers offer you all of their devotions. Now, didn't we do the 2? Like you did one for followers.
Yes, I'll need to
guard?
do.
Yeah,
that's true. I will need to do another one. Let's see if it. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm going to try and just roll my saved cool roll again. Yay. And I got a 7 this time. So would have been cult, then it would have been Guardians.
Okay. And on 7 to 9, they offer you all their devotions, but choose one demand. It's unclear, but it sounds like they choose the demand.
If you all but choose,
they only have one demand. So discipline.
They only have one demand, yeah.
All right, discipline.
And how does is that something? I'm guessing that's something that needs to be played out during the course of the session, right?
Right. If we can lead off with it, we can. But since we're picking up after you guys are in Duskharrow Way on your way to Primordial Fields, I think the only example you have of your guards is Norvel, and him demanding discipline is doesn't make sense. So I think it'll be a thing once you get back to your demands. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. Or I suppose maybe somewhere during the course of what we're doing out here, I may have to force discipline on it.
Oh, that sounds fun too. All right, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you. I'll have that in the back of my mind. All right, we talked about in chat taking a quick break, so we're going to do that here. And we're back. We pick up with Marilyn on his motorcycle with 2 people in the cat seats or the bird seats on either side of the axle, Ariel on one and whatever on the other, towing a rickety but chrome enhanced in aspects tum-tum cart with a tum-tum license plate on the end, no suspension, and a definitely uncomfortable Norval riding in the back with his rifle over his knees. And I'm imagining that Norval's rifle is like a bolt action rifle. Maybe he has like a bandolier of bullets that he uses. So we start off with you guys entering the dark domain of Duskharrow Way, which Duskharrow Way permeates most of the Carnival of Bullets, and you need to pay passage. So right up the forests and lands around Big Top rented out.
I have a problem if I have to pay passage every time I go to see my parent, because they live on Duskharrow Way.
I think that Carnelian Valentine has paid all entry for you. You are always welcome to come see them.
Okay, that's nice.
They like seeing you. So the forest and land around Big Top have been rent by the actions of the Maelstrom. Only by wandering these paths can people get to the carnival. The place is overseen by Pieces of 8, It's true. Could explain whatever's terrible about her is before Carnelian said, no, stop paying to come see me. So I like the idea of Marilyn, you pulling up. You are a well-traveled individual. So yeah, you've got an option here as 8 and some of his folk, the Dusk Harrowers, the highway folk, are near the path, and I think you've approached from an area where several of them lower themselves down from trees, and they have put a somewhat rickety log on a couple of stands to bar the way to this path through the forest. And Pieces of 8 comes walking up. He does not wear a shirt. He has skin that has been painted oily black and wears a mask, a golden skull mask over his face. The mask itself looks like a long golden tongue is snaking out and twisting around the bottom of his chin. And he will walk up and run his hand along your oversized wheel as he looks up at you. And he came around on the side near you, Ariel, because whatever's on the other side, and who really would want to be within direct shooting distance of whatever if they have the 50-50 choice of lovely monarch or person who shoots folks all the time. So I would say that Pieces of 8 has chosen the cowardly way.
I think you notice like a little like wince when Pieces of 8 touches the bike. He doesn't say anything, but it's like a, discomfort.
Marilyn, it's good to see you. Why are you coming through?
Just passing business.
Business needs business. What's my cut?
I mean, come on. It's what got way over for me. I mean, doesn't that cover all of us?
Are you talking about Carnelian's agreement with me to let whatever visit them whenever?
Yeah, and we're like
are you going
family.
to see Carnelian? Is that your business?
And I'm mouthing at Merlin, but I'm not saying it loud. It's more like I look horrified by the idea.
Yeah. Well, not exactly, but I mean,
where are you going?
Well, through out to the fields.
You are.
Yeah.
He turns and strides in his sandals out back in front of your monocycle, glances over at a few of his folks that are armed. Not many guns among them, but enough. There's a whole family of murder bears on the other side of the forest.
And there's a whatever on the side of my bike.
Yeah, I'm grinning. Murder bears, yeah.
He pulls out this little tiny spray can. This will drive them away.
I pull out my larger, scatter gun, and say, this will drive them away as well.
It's true. I'm sure everything will work out fine. But still, Marilyn, Ariel, perhaps you'd like to have this just in case?
Oh my! Well, and I'll look up at Nova. And yes. I imagine that if there's murder bears, I would need. I'm assuming that is murder bear repellent. Not
It is-
attracting. I would not like attracting.
I'm sure you do all the attraction that you need. Yes, this is repellent.
Hopefully. Could be pheromones, who knows?
Oh, well, if it is truly repellent, then how much for your wares, sir?
And he's just going to throw out, this is rare. This repellent has survived the apocalypse, and I'm offering it to you because I like you, Ariel, for only 3 barter.
Sorry, that's Tyler laughing. That's insanity. Oh my, that's so expensive. And I was just hoping to walk with the animals. You know, maybe talk with the animals. Screech and squawk and talk with the animals. And I'm going to begin singing at them.
Oh my, that is going to be interesting. So I think you are performing your chosen art here. Let's have you roll plus cool and let's see what happens.
All right.
Whatever. Do you think we share an eye roll as this,
Yeah.
starts? Yeah.
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 I got a 10.
But it's nice.
Wow. So with a 10, you have 3 hold to spend. It's a here and now. It's not actually a hold.
Mhm.
So you've got spend 3. You've got a number of things that you can choose there.
I think that Pieces of 8 wants to give me a gift. And let's at least have one of the people up there fall in love with me. You can take your pick, dealer's choice. And I think Pieces of 8 also wants to have my services. I think that might be interesting.
So you sing and everyone relaxes a bit. They're enraptured with this performance. Songs are not something that you hear often in Dusk Arrow Way. And then he finally says, a voice that angelic should never fall prey to a murder bear. He walks over and he hands it up towards you in your little seat by the axle.
Thank you so much.
Ariel, I know that you have your own cabaret and so many important things to take care of, but if you would ever grace us with your presence again when you're not hurrying on your way to enjoy the fields, I would be honored and I would recompense you for your time.
Absolutely. I will make arrangements and send a messenger. A performance here in nature for you. I can think of nothing I would like more.
He smiles. You see, Marilyn? She likes me. He
really likes you.
snaps
Yeah.
his fingers, and a few of the guys start moving the big log out of the way. Good luck. Enjoy yourself. Stay close to whatever.
That's the plan.
I throw him a kiss and I say, I like you too.
As we
Tends
drive
to catch it and then sticks it in his pocket.
As we drive off, I look over at Marilyn. What a nice man.
Yeah, that's probably just piss in a jar.
I start singing the song that Ariel sang, only I'm not very gifted.
So I had a little bit of a wild idea for a custom move for traveling through the primordial lands. If you take a look in the moves tab on column F, row 1, there's now a place for custom moves so that you can start to pull them in. Right now, there's only the one. I wanted to combine a little bit of PBTA with a hint of table action that you might see in more classic conventional style RPGs. So when you travel through the primordial lands without a guide or map, you roll plus cool. Based on your result, you then roll a d4 and consult one of the following 3 tables, one for a strong hit, one for a weak hit, and one for a miss. Over time, this will probably become a d6 table, and some of the options will be moved around based off of people's successes or failures. So I thought this would be fun. Marilyn, you are driving the motorcycle. You get the honor of rolling plus cool.
Hey.
Oh,
I'm rolling well.
strong hit. But hey, now you get to roll the d4
I
and
do.
see what your result is. At least it's not
Right.
that boring 10 plus. You do the thing you wanted to do. Yay.
Yep. There we go. And 4.
Oh, goodness. So the 4s on all of them are murder bears. You're just in different positions as you hand them. You found some murder bears and survived. Tell us how. Each of you get to tell a little bit of a story about your encounter with murder bears. Marilyn, you made the roll, so you can lead off. How is it you made sure within your power that you made your way through this family of murder bears? What did you do?
Well, I think they were in the kind of like, they came out with the kind of bushes, undergrowth. And I think I managed to, even though it was like really rough terrain, tree roots and such, and debris from old structures, I managed to like build up speed. It was bumpy. I think Norval is probably bruised and has tired arms from just holding on. But I made sure we were not a sitting target.
Great. Now you get to tell us one thing that you believe is true about the murder bears. How big are they?
I mean, obviously, we've never seen a natural bear before, but I think they're a little bit bigger than a normal bear, or at least at the very high end of a real bear scale. And a little bit kind of bloated. Like something, like if I knew what a real bear would look like, I would know that something was like off and wrong, but with them.
Very cool. And now, Ariel, you survived the encounter well. What did you do when the murder bears started to surround the motorcycle?
Well, I took out my bear repellent and I began spraying it in front of me. And the bear, of course, continued to advance. As I sprayed it, and I looked back, Norval, I don't know if it's working. He says, I think it's working. And as I look back, there's a spray of mace that goes over my shoulder, hitting it right in the face where he took care of it.
Now tell us one thing that you saw either in one or all of the murder bears that you found beautiful.
Ooh. I think it was their fur, because as they were moving, there is this iridescence and kind of rainbow coloring as they shift or as they move, and as the fur shifts. Has an oily, like oil and water sort of feel to it.
Very cool. Whatever, you survived and based on the roll thrived. what did you do during the encounter with the murder bears?
Yeah, I was thinking of, when I saw them coming, I was thinking of using the sniper rifle, and then Marilyn started bumping us around a lot. So I went with the shrapnel gun because that is messy enough to just hit things, even if I can't really aim for them. So I got out my shrapnel gun and took down one or two of these murder bears, all the while yelling yeehaw or something to that effect.
Not only you take them down, you could have gone out there, like if you climbed down out of your catbird seat, you could have maybe gone and skinned those things. Who knows what murder bear fur is worth on the open market? But
I mean, I might
you kept
suggest
driving.
that. I might suggest that.
Tell me, whatever, we can have that conversation in just a second, but of the murder bears that you saw coming through the bushes, one of them dropped down from a tree, what was something wholly unnatural about these murder bears?
They have patches of furless skin, and these patches, if you look closely, you can see that there seems to be sort of not just stitching like Dex does with these fine little whatever she uses, yarn or something. These are kind of, they look kind of metallic almost.
Cool. So we'll pick up with Maryland. You are barreled through into the primordial lands. The primordial lands, like the color palette that I'm using is very Land of the Lost. So it's kind of swampy. It's lots of grays and deep greens, vines. It's difficult to see for long stretches due to some of the patches of fog. But then there are occasional, like everything will open up and you'll see this large, order of plain where you can see the large water buffalo. But whatever, you realize that Maryland is leaving behind these profitable
I
bear
think,
skins.
Marilyn, you know that these furs of these murder bears, they're worth quite a bit.
You want to stay in the murder bear forest?
I mean, come on, so how dangerous can it be? Ariel sprayed the whole thing with this murder bear repellent, which seems actually to be a whatever repellent.
Yeah, I mean,
look, I'm fast I'm quick with a knife, and we have Norrell or whatever his name is. He has a gun, so there's a lot of money on these pelts, I can tell you that. Come on, you
Ariel.
want it.
Well, we could probably take a moment.
It's a terrible idea, Norfell yells from back in the cart. There are many more still alive than were killed.
But they're not around anymore. That's why we have to hurry, though.
They eat their dead. I've heard they eat their dead. We should go on.
The longer we discuss this, the more dangerous it becomes. Come on, Marilyn. Money, jingle, pelts.
50-50 deal.
Okay.
I'm keeping the engine running.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
What about you, Ariel? What's your opinion?
50-50 sounds as though I am being shortchanged, so it doesn't really seem I have an opinion at all.
You know what? If the murder bears come back and Norrell shoots them, we renegotiate. Fair?
You might find that renegotiation works better in this case if it's before Norval has to shoot.
Yeah, I'm not very good at negotiation. I leave that to Marilyn. I'll go skinning, and I hold up my machete.
Marilyn, you kind of tilt the wheel a little bit, and you're already turning back, and I kind of see that the axle, like the catbird seats, just like they stay a little bit balanced as you bend to and fro. It's two wheels, right? So you don't have to bend that far.
I think I actually turn some, like, as whatever gets off, I kind of like turn like a lever to kind of adjust the balance of weights, like internally.
Nice. So you're staying on the monocycle. Ariel, are you staying in your seat when whatever runs out there? Okay. And Norval will watch with his gun, but he's not jumping out there either. Whatever, if you want to go into the heart of this patch of the fields to retrieve these murder bear carcasses, I think you should act under fire.
Oh, that's was cool, right?
It is.
Nice. I will do that.
I'll look at Maryland and say, I'm guessing that this little delay will be compensation, the money you make for my trip.
Wow, that goes terribly wrong. So I've rolled a 5.
Ooh,
Sorry.
you have.
I think while for whatever bad thing is happening or about to happen, I would try and start haggling with.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't seem exactly fair. I mean, you're getting a free ride. You're getting to see the wonderful. You're going to get to see the cat lady. I mean,
and that's when you hear whatever you've moved across. You knelt down. You've got big knives, right? So I assume you're like carving, trying to field dress this thing. Is this a thing? Like, are you good at field dressing a giant bear with iridescent fur and patchy metallic skin? Like, is this a thing you think you're okay at?
I think that's something I've done before. I mean, I've been in the Duskharrow Way before, and I've seen murder bears before. So cool. I think I might have done this before.
Awesome. So you're getting to work. You've got this thing and you have to hack it open and all the innards spill out and you start to peel back some of that fur when you hear a shot go off as Norvell took a shot at something dropping from one of the trees because murder bears like to drop from trees. And now it's coming on to, like, it's dropping onto you, whatever. It knocks you to the ground. And I think you are going to take 2 harm. Do you have any armor?
I have armor. I don't mind. I have 2 armor.
So you get to roll. Let me double check our harm move before I speak out of turn.
Oh God, is this one with the harm moves? Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. Let's see. Harm move. When you suffer harm, roll minus the harm you've suffered. Good news. 0 harm. So this one is roll high is good, if I remember correctly.
Harm move, there it is.
Yep. It's under standard moves under the moves tab. When you suffer harm, roll minus the harm you've suffered. And you 0 because it was just 2 harm. Like it actually didn't even get its claws into you. It just landed onto you with this massive bulk.
Whatever, you definitely hear
it's
revving up.
Wait, it's actually worse if I roll low. So
It is not.
Okay.
It's not worse if you. Oh yeah, it's worse if you roll low. Sorry, the old harm move was always like you want to roll low, but now you do actually want to roll high so that it's more standard with other moves. Sorry.
Let's see. Yeah, no, it's fine. I just thought I'd check roll the 10.
Wow. Okay. So on a 10 plus, the MC chooses 1. The harm you take stands as is with no additional effect, or you take -1 harm, but the MC chooses 1 from the 7 to 9 list. -1 harm will be no harm. So I think I'll just choose the lose your footing at this point. It knocks you to the ground, and your machete is still within your grasp. But
did I actually suffer harm though?
You did not. Right, so
no, but do I have to roll if I didn't? It says when you suffer harm.
Okay, you did suffer harm, but 0 harm is
okay.
You took,
okay, cool.
Yeah, if it went to negative, like if you have more armor, where it's a higher number than the harm you're suffering, then you would not need to roll the harm move. But 0 or more, you roll.
Okay. So I actually lose my footing.
You lose your footing, and this thing growls at you. You notice it's a little smaller, and it's very, very angry. And you see in its mouth, there's this like viscous blackness that starts to burble out and drip between its teeth. What do you do? Oh, hey, Ariel, you noticed that too.
I hit it with my machete, I guess.
Awesome. Let's have you
I'm not petting it or singing at it. That's not really something I'm good at. Do I get XP for rolling a harm move? No, I don't. Okay.
You don't?
No
Yes, you do.
more? Yes, I
Oh,
do.
when you take harm.
Yeah,
When you
of
take
course.
harm,
Yeah,
you get XP, but not for rolling the move. And
there
since you end up
is.
taking no actual harm, then you don't get the XP. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's
So
okay.
so wait a second. So if I suffer 0 harm, I get to roll the harm move, but I don't get the XP. That doesn't seem
You know what?
fair.
It's only 1 XP mark, so let's go ahead
Yeah.
and have you mark it. That sounds fine. So even if you don't actually, if you roll the harm move, you get the XP. Sounds good.
Mhm.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. All right, so you're going in blazing,
Yeah.
even though it's more hacking. Going in hacking, roll with aggro.
Yeah, okay. I'm going in hacking. I'm rolling with aggro. Okay. Probably go very badly.
Cool. Take +1
Why?
because Norvel is shooting at the damn thing,
Okay.
trying to help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, then I've got 11.
Oh, well, that's beautiful.
Right?
On a hit, you inflict harm and suffer
Uh-huh.
harm in return. And on a 10+, you get to choose 2. So what do you want to do?
I think I don't want to suffer harm in return because I don't want this thing to bite me. And I think take something from your position. Might that just take the aggression?
I don't understand what you mean by taking the aggression.
It's aggressively attacking me, and if I hit it, then take the aggression away, then it might just run away.
Okay, gotcha. So I get what
Which
you're
is,
saying. Sounds good.
I don't need to kill this thing. I've got more than enough murder pelts, but I don't want it to kind of continue going at me.
Cool. So you hack at it a couple times with this machete and definitely avoids those jaws snap closed just right near your head. And maybe, do you think you stabbed it in its face or cut it along its jaws? Where do you think you got it that made it decide, oh, this is not worth it, I'm bugging out?
I got it in the mouth, I think. I mean, it's slavering at me, and I just stabbed the machete into the gorge. And
nice.
I mean,
nice.
Now my machete is covered in this black goo, but but maybe that seems pretty vulnerable. And
and the goo is viscous, and the thing's loping off, and the goo has this odd smell that smells a little bit like that repellent, but not exactly. And you quickly continue slicing up, and you can grab the fur off of this one murder bear. Norvel fires a couple more shots as you see that there are some greenish pairs of eyes that are looming closer.
I'm taking the pelt, and I'm absconding to the vehicle quickly.
Right. So whatever. Yes.
I would have given whatever enough time by doing one kind of circle around her, building up speed, and then I would be getting out of there. So she would be having to get onto a moving vehicle.
Nice. So whatever you have that, I imagine your gait's just a little bit off from the leg, and you're carrying this giant pelt of the murder bear, and you climb up into the wheel seat as Marilyn keeps moving, and it's dripping as you guys go on, leaving this very gory trail.
Marilyn, I'm sure the cost of the bullets will offset any trip price now.
Haggling later, driving now. As I drive off into the primordial fields.
I smile sweetly.
Hey, look, we got it, though. And I've got this goo on my machete that smells like the thing you had in your bottle.
Great, we got more of that.
It's certainly repulsive.
It is, really. Do you want some of it just so you can sell it to people as murder bear repellent?
No, I'm not in trade.
Then I'll just get it off my machete.
Not in trade, she says.
She's
sounds like
she's trading ideas.
she's trading hope. Norfel calls from the cart. Does it sound like a good point to cut from that scene?
Mhm.
Awesome. So we cut from that scene. Dex and Screw Loose, you guys were down in the Halcyon Bureau. Dex, you had made a trade for 4 pints of blood. You eavesdrop to find out that one of those 4 pints is going to be marked, but none of them will be tainted. And now, Screw Loose, you were eager to head into the secret tunnels, the tunnels that lead to the secret lair, which you guys have noticed kind of crosscuts or intersects where the big drill is working. And the symbol that Screw Loose, you know, leads to the secret lair is interesting because it's like these symbols of like pie pieces, kind of like black and yellow. And there are 3 of them, like black, yellow, black, yellow, black, and yellow. And then there was some kind of writing long ago, but that's all been scratched out. But you know to look for those symbols. That's how did you find out about the secret layer, by the way, Screw Loose?
Because Screw Loose just goes wherever he's not supposed to go. Just like, oh, this looks fun.
Nice. So we'll pick up with the 2 of you. What is the plan to make sure that you are not seen traversing the tunnel that's being built to get into the passage to the secret lair?
Do you have a plan, Dex? Because normally there's no one around here, but now there are.
Well, we could wait and see if anybody takes breaks at any particular regular times and then
Maybe.
cross when people are on break. We could create some kind of distraction that grabs a lot of attention.
That sounds better. Don't like waiting.
We could make ourselves known and just negotiate passage.
I don't get the feeling that they want people to look into their tunnels too much.
Agreed. I don't trust that.
Diversion it is then.
That pachinko. All right.
All right, Screw Loose. You do have a drone as an option for creating a diversion, but I'm sure that you also have many other creative ways that you can cause some trouble. What do you want to do?
I think I still have some things on me that might, go boom a bit, and like just a bit, but it's enough to.
Okay.
So I'll just have to
Screw Loose.
Right, yes.
I will be extremely upset if you hurt people with this distraction.
No, unless they pick it up.
All right.
Hey. Don't worry, I'll be right back. I just need to get a bit closer.
So I think bomb sneaking closer. I was looking to see if there were any other moves that made more sense, but it feels like it may just be an act under fire.
I figured as well, yeah.
Cut and dry, act under fire.
Cool.
Roll plus cool indeed. That's
7.
a 7. Ooh, okay. On a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. The MC can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an unfortunate choice. So, here's the choice. You can set the bomb off without hurting anyone, but you're going to end up having to use more of your gear than you'd like, and you're going to have to sacrifice some of that. Or you can wait a bit and nobody will be hurt. But if you don't want to sacrifice any of your gear, then it's going to be a long time before everyone moves out of the way.
I don't have the patience. Like, he'll probably be like, no, but I can just wait for a bit. Okay, done waiting.
Cool. So yeah, you end up having to create like some kind of noise generator to not hurt but drive everyone away.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm guessing it's sort of the equivalent of just loud fireworks, flashbang type thing.
Yeah, that works. I like that. Cool. All right. So yeah, you drive everyone away, and then Screw Loose and Dex, the two of you head past those set of signs, and you make your way to a door that has a like round handle on it, and you see that there's some kind of keypad that's right in the middle of the door. The door itself is made out of a very, very thick metal. No window to look inside and know what's on the other side. It's almost like your characters wouldn't know, but for us, similar to like a submarine door in a way, except it has a keypad in the middle instead of just the regular.
Okay, so it's not just that it's a round doorknob; it's that it's a wheel.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. It's a kind of a valve-looking thing.
Yes.
All right.
Glad I said it looks like another thing rather than just saying round doorknob, because all doorknobs are freaking round, idiot.
That's
Rich.
not true.
No,
actually.
we generally have non-round doorknobs in Europe.
Mhm.
Really? That
Yeah.
is really fascinating.
We have handles.
I
Okay. I was
presume
thinking square, but okay, handle.
Yeah.
I've seen some that were like ovals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same. And I'm sort of inspecting this and going, goodness. It's one of these number things.
Don't worry. Have a look. I would like to have a word with it.
Oh, would you?
Yes.
That's true. You do have that power. Let's see then. Your things speaking it. Whenever you handle or examine something interesting, roll plus weird. On a hit, you can ask the MC questions.
Oop. That's a
I do
9.
love watching Screw Loose do this sort of stuff. Is there anything I could maybe do to help?
Well, yes, because it's better if you put the right thing in as soon as I like it's hard to do both.
So you'd like me to put this probe in at the same time that you do the other side?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, understood. I can certainly coordinate with you in that way. Come in. Yeah. I helped
Rolling
the
plus
shit out of
HX.
that.
Man, that's some
Ooh.
great help.
And that means that Screw Loose gets +1 hex with me.
Nice.
So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll give you a +1 to this roll. You
Well,
know what? I'll give you a +1 hold. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, so a +1 hold to the thing speak instead
Yes.
of
Yeah, instead of a +1 to the roll.
Yeah.
Again, remember, I'm trying out all the different permutations of help, so it was a capricious decision made by me to see how that feels.
So I will start with what has been done most recently with this or to this.
Oh, let's see what has been done most recently with this or to this. You examining it, you notice that there are a number of fingerprints all over it, and you get the feeling that this door, that the Morlocks have been trying to open it
Mhm.
for some time and failed.
Ah. All right. Um, that's already answers another question that I might have wanted to ask, so thank you.
Damn, I must be more like, I'm so bad at this.
So yeah, then I'll have to go for I mean, I wanted to know something else as well, but then I'll have to go for what's wrong with this and how might I fix it?
Oof.
And so
Nothing
I'm
is
basically
wrong
going like,
with
come
this.
on, sweetheart, come on, give me the.
You realize nothing is wrong with it. It is working exactly as intended and has been for many decades. How may you fix it is according to your interpretation of fix,
Yes.
because it is doing what it's supposed to do.
No, I don't agree.
Then if fixing it is to cause
Supposed
it
to
to
let
open,
me in.
it's supposed to let you in. That is your point of view. That is fair and valid. You are able to discern the 7 keys that must be pressed in correct sequence to open this number pad. And
So there's probably really just a I'm feeling a 7. Yeah, definitely a 7. Dex, do it now.
All right.
and then there's a sound of like as you hit the last one, you guys, the Dexter press the key, you hear the thunk of these metal bolts being pulled back into the door itself. As you start to turn and twist it, it takes a couple of tries, screw loose, before the seal is broken. And when you open it up, it's like something has been in a jar for a real long time. There's stale air that seeps out of this concrete area.
I mean, Screwless
Bunkers.
is immediately going like, that's it. That's the stuff.
I wouldn't breathe that too deeply if I were you.
Too late.
Well, at least there wasn't an air pressure differential.
What now? Oh, yes. Okay.
So as you step into this room, it is very echoey. It's incredibly dark in here because the light from the tunnel is quite a ways back. I imagine Scrooge will have some kind of torch or way to see, right? So,
I mean, I I just light my blowtorch like.
I also definitely brought an electric flashlight.
Nice. Okay, so like flashlight, being around all X-Files style, and one of the things that the first thing that you see is that there are these large metal racks. It looks like they were built to hold things that were long and very heavy. Like they're low to the ground. They're maybe a meter tall, and it's very, very sturdy. Everything here is poured concrete, and it's perfectly precise, squared edges and everything. And at the very back of this nearly empty, echoey room is something that looks like this. The paint is flecked off of the edges from time, but Yeah, you see it is the only one left on the racks. What do you do?
I put my ear up against it, like.
Anything?
No.
I keep, glancing around the room, looking for anything else.
This looks interesting, though.
There is nothing else in this room.
Huh.
But it's too big to take.
Yeah.
Guess I'll have to open it up.
Okay.
Do you know what this was for?
Not yet.
Hmm.
Do you?
No. I mean, and I walk from the front to the back and peek in, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not terrible with machines, but I'm no you, sir.
It does. I saw a chat, tiny submarine. One person, like a small person could maybe fit in there, but
there's no way that there's no hatch for them to enter through.
yeah,
So
there's no hatch for them to enter through. So that seems.
Yeah, I mean, this is big enough to hold a whatever, but I don't think I could fit in here unless I really tucked. So, Ben, why the the fins? That's for stabilizing. But
yeah, maybe it's like an ancient drone.
I don't see any access panels on it.
Well, I think it might be something over there.
And as the two of you are talking, and Screw Loose starts maybe preparing himself to try to open it up, Dex, you hear the sound of someone's shuffling footsteps from outside. What do you wish to do?
Screw, someone's coming.
I'm still doing the thing.
I check the door from our side and see if it would lock us out if I shut it.
You think it would. And there does not appear to be the same mechanism to open it from this side as there is from the other. Easier, but will take some physical effort.
And I spend a moment being like, screw, lights out. Let's hide.
Okay. Fine.
Cool. So Screw Loose, you duck down behind the bomb. What is it that you do, Dex? As someone starts to step in through the doorway.
I reach up and hoist myself onto the topmost shelf closest to the door and just paint myself against the wall.
Hi, I love it. I totally get it. Screw Loose, what is the particular smell that the Morlocks have? What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of a like stale can of meat, like opening up an old can of Spam.
Yeah, that jelly, like that jelly kind of pungent aroma. So you catch that, and Dex, you're painted up against the wall when you see a slight woman. And remember, it was really dark here. You guys turned off your flashlights and everything, but the reason you are able to define at least their general shape is that they open their eyes and you see light emanate from their eyes. It's just like a soft, like a luminescent glow. And they're looking around, and you are able to catch her face because the light around it, and she is filled with wonder. She walks over and places her hand on one of the concrete walls and starts trailing her hand along it. She moves between a couple of the racks, but hasn't noticed you yet. And she's just working her way across, feeling the walls. What do you do?
Screwloose is waiting for now, but let me know if she gets to the.
She will eventually get close. She's barefoot. She's wearing a tattered old wedding dress of some kind. And you hear her bare feet kind of slapping on the concrete floor as she comes closer and closer to you. And Screwloose, she's to the point where she turns and it's like headlights coming across, and you're back behind this submergible,
Yes.
dirigible murder bear can.
This thing.
Like, so
Yeah.
when she gets too close, Screwloose just steps out from behind and goes like, I got here first. And like sort of, spreads his arm in front of it and like,
She sinks and rocks back and blinks a couple times. And you realize, oh, wait, she didn't blink that whole time until just right now. And the light starts to fade and it gets darker and darker. And then it's pitch black.
Where'd she go? Hey, lady.
You hear the bare feet coming closer. Screwloose.
I'm fumbling with my, like, the lighter for my blowtorch to turn it on again. Like,
Cool.
I'll point my flashlight at the sound.
Sweet. So the flashlight comes on and yeah, you illuminate her, and she kind of flinches when the flashlight comes on, and then the blowtorch is right in her face, and she blinks back, and you see that her eyes, without that light emanating, they're like a milky white. And she holds it. No, don't hurt me. Don't, please.
We don't want to hurt you.
but this is mine. Ours.
This is a Morlock lair. No.
Hey, look, lady, I got here first. I opened that door. Well, we opened that door.
There were signs of attempted entry, but if you've never claimed it, then you've never claimed it. That's just the way salvage works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you move it out of here into the tunnel, that's ours. So you'll have to find another way to get it out of here.
Listen. Why are you interested in this thing? just because it came from before doesn't make it inherently precious.
No, that doesn't make it precious. That's Fat Man.
That doesn't mean anything to
No.
me. Clearly, it's important to you. Is that a title or is it an object?
So I'll pause. Do either of you want to read a person or read a situation before she gives her answer?
I would like to read the situation.
Okay.
Sharp. Also, that means that I roll over like fully. It's a 7.
Yeah. Got an advance?
My first official one.
Improvement.
I have to take a lot of
Wow.
checks, but
Sorry, I enjoyed watching you click all the clicks.
right, I had a 7.
7, you hold 1.
So because she said that like we can't take it out the way we came in,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking like, well, how do I get out then?
What's your best way out?
Yes.
Around through? You realize that under the casual observation that there's only one obvious exit, but you think that they had to have had another way out of here. Whoever built this, they spent a lot of time. So you're rather sure that you can identify some other egress from this particular room. It'll just take some time.
Right.
And she says, "That's our ticket. That's our ticket."
Tickets take you places. Where would
Tickets are for the circus.
that want to take you?
Morlocks aren't allowed in the circus. With Fat Man, we will own the circus. It has to be ours. You fix things. You fix people. You don't need Fat Man. We do.
How would this metal bubble help you own the circus?
Can I show you?
Yes.
Yes.
You'll have to trust me. And you won't like it. But I'll show you.
I'm a grown woman. I've seen plenty of things I don't like.
And she looks with her cataracted eyes over to you, Screw Loose.
Screws just shrugs. Like, huh?
Come. Put your cheeks to my hands. I'll show you.
Okay.
So, the two
Does
of
this
you,
work on everyone?
it hasn't not worked.
it was a joke, darling. It's all right.
Sweet. So she touches your cheek, screw loose, and
Mhm.
kind of brushes it up above the beard line so it's skin to skin contact. Her touch is very cool. It reminds you of the cave walls of Halcyon Bureau. Dex, when she touches your cheek, it also feels cool to the touch, but you immediately start getting like the readouts of system failures, and you read a thing, flink, 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 and the bars, like everything seems to be going offline as all of your connections seem to be dropping. What do you do when you see that happening?
Hmm. I think I jump back.
Okay, break the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The things start coming back up. You can almost hear the whirring in the back of your head as things start to connect, and she keeps her hand. Just him.
I go back in.
You move in, and the same set of system failures process through, and there's this like feeling of that knowledge that's always at your fingertip, always at the tip of your tongue, recedes, and the Dex that is you, the non-enhanced Dex, like that feeling comes back. What does that loss feel like for you, Dex? Is it scary? Is it just weird?
It's weird. It's very difficult to pin down because sometimes I feel annoyed by it because it's not me, but I've had it long enough that it kind of is me.
It's that feeling of not of knowing the next verse of this song, but you can only hum it.
Mm-hmm.
If the words escape you for some reason right now, you could have sung it 100 times before.
Right. And like, I'm always thinking about, man, the next time I see a Morlock, I need to really carefully inspect them for, acute radiation syndrome or etc. And now I can't remember the main symptoms. That kind of thing.
And you're still like processing that when everything turns white, like you lose sight for just a moment, both of you, and you're thrust into a piece of the psychic maelstrom.
I was going to open my brain anyway.
Awesome. If you open your brain while doing this, you get a +1 because it wants you to be wide open to this. So feel free.
Goody.
We're going to jump back to the primordial fields in just a moment.
It's a 12 then.
Holy crap. That's amazing. And Mark Weird again, right? Because you just refreshed it. So that's amazing. Sweet. So the two of you white out, all vision is lost for a moment, and then you feel the sensation of flying. You hear this low buzz and realize that you're in some kind of contraption that can fly, some kind of airplane, a very large one. And it quickly moves through to where you see these doors open up and you see this thing fall. And it falls down towards a city. And after a few moments from your viewpoint, you see this huge mushroom cloud as it destroys an entire city. And in the psychic maelstrom, you hear thousands of voices cry out in alarm. And then you're standing in the concrete room again. We'll cut right there. So, Marilyn, in the monocycle with whatever, and Ariel, you have been traveling through the primordial fields until you reach the nav point. You've seen a number of jaguars following you on your monocycle, which pretty unnerving, surreal. I don't know how you feel about that, but they seem to be following you until
Question.
yes.
Did the cat lady have jaguars? Were they the kind of cats from my last encounter, or was it just like all varied different cats? Or
Often cat lady has smaller cats, about the
Hmm.
size of a Doberman, with extremely
small
long
ones, yeah.
ears, smaller ones.
Yeah.
Smaller than a jaguar. Yeah, smaller cats. Those are cat lady's little cats.
Okay. So these are bigger than that. Okay.
Yes, they are bigger than that.
Other question. How long has Ariel been trying to negotiate with me during this drive?
Oh, yeah, I'm really curious about that too.
Oh shoot! There. Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. Repeat.
I'm just wondering, like, during our drive through the primordial fields, maybe before the jaguars were following, maybe during as well. Have you been keeping up with this, like, negotiation, or?
I suppose if we continue to get, probably a little sniping back and forth, but really she's kind of, once we get out to the fields, she's pretty fascinated with the area around. But yeah, she certainly thinks that there's been an adequate payment made with, if you're going to get, if you're getting the money from the pelts, why would you be judging?
Right. One of your fancy food shoppers deals with the buffalo, is it bison or? Sorry, I forgot.
A giant water buffalo.
One of your fancy food cutters deals with the chopping up of the carcass at the other end. We'll call it square, and then you stop talking.
Agreed.
Hey, can she talk to me?
There is, I think it would be noisy, and you'd have to yell really loud. But yeah, you could talk, I think, to the other side while it's in motion.
Okay, fair enough.
He's just kidding. He loves to hear me talk.
Everybody loves to hear you talk, Ariel. And I roll my eyes at Marilyn like.
And from the back, Norvell says, "Yes, of course. Everyone loves to hear you speak, Ariel." There's no eye rolling from Norvell.
Of course. I try to involve him in a shop talk about guns, though, while Ariel's negging Marilyn.
He would participate in that. He always seems a little distracted because his focus is primarily on making sure nothing is coming up on Ariel, and then also sighting in giant cats who are running beside you, going, very fast. So, yeah, but he knows a good bit about guns.
Good. Interesting.
He's not the kind of person to like volunteer advice or offer opinions, but he knows what he's talking about.
So do I. So that's just a little shop talk. We see these cats. I remember in time that the lady we're going to visit is called the cat lady, and maybe I shouldn't try to shoot one of these jaguars, so I won't.
Well, these jaguars are always in the shop, so you don't want to shoot one. Sorry, it's a bad car joke. So, Marilyn, you see ahead that there is this huge stack of sliced up, portioned off meat. And there's also a smaller pile of meat where there is a lion just casually eating it. And then stepping up onto a rock is none other than Cat Lady. Cat Lady watches you as you drive up and peers past you at the cart that you're dragging.
It took you long enough. Did you have a
Kinda
little vacation on the way, Marilyn? This is good meat.
Yeah, I just need to get the cart, you know.
Hmm.
And, you know,
It's a terrible looking cart.
get what you pay for. Do you want to? Are we loading up and be on our way, or?
Or would you rather have a tea party? Do you want
No,
some fucking crumpets? Let's waste some more time, Marilyn.
What's yeah, let's, Norval, you
Yeah. And he clambers out of the cart. And Cat Lady moves very gracefully, Ariel. And they make their way over towards you, looking up.
how tall are they, by the way? Because they don't look short.
They are not short. How tall do you imagine Marilyn is? As Rich quickly goes over to the area to do.
Well,
so.
I'm not getting off my bike unless I'm being like forced to at the moment. I mean Marilyn is less than 6 foot. I think
Like almost 2 meters.
I think maybe she would have to look up a little bit when I'm on my seats, but maybe not a huge amount. But she would be looking down at anyone on the wheel, on the seat, on the side seats, definitely.
Who are you, Vision?
I'm Ariel.
Like the character from Tempest.
Exactly. I see you are a connoisseur of fine literature.
Some.
You,
Why have you come? You do not fit here.
I had never seen the fields, and I wanted to.
How does it look from that seat up there?
Have
you even stepped foot on the fields?
No, I haven't, and I'll jump off.
You hear a low, approving chuckle from Cat Lady.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Your companions, friends?
Yes.
They are lovely as well.
I touch one of the scars that like on the side of my neck.
Cat Lady snaps one of their fingers and reaches a hand out, and one of the jaguars sleeks up and kind of moves its head underneath Cat Lady's hand, and then Cat Lady moves their hand over, gesturing towards you, and the jaguar starts to move closer to you. Norville puts some meat down and starts to move towards his gun. What do you do, Ariel?
I'm getting in the way here because Marilyn hired me to provide protection. So yeah, I guess that's kind of also my job here.
My cat will not harm her.
It's all right.
It's moving towards Ariel. I thought it was moving towards Marilyn. Sorry, I don't.
Sorry, I may have used the wrong name. I apologize.
Yeah, I would protect Marilyn. Ariel has her own guy.
Okay. And I'll look towards. It's all right, Norval. It's a nice cat, and I kind of reach out to pet it.
I call her Minerva.
That's a lovely name.
Thank you.
Nice cat. And I'll rub it and kind of look down to its eyes.
You see the predator instincts in this cat, but it seems to hold it in check. And when you rub its head, the fur is so. Have you ever? Well, you may have touched like pet animals, I would imagine, right? I could see that.
I would think we still have it. Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. And there might be animal shows.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. Good. So the jaguar, Minerva, kind of licks you and you feel that sandpaper tongue. But it curls around your side, and when its shoulder hits your hip, it almost knocks you a little bit, but it curls around you and you feel the tail kind of swish across your forearms.
Is it just you and your cat friends out here? Are you alone? Besides them?
It is only I and my den. But there are many others who live in the fields. Hunters, outcasts, the lost.
It's quite dangerous, I would imagine. We ran across a pack of murder bears.
That was fun.
I see the fur that you took, whatever.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your hunt.
Thanks. That was fun.
And Cat Lady leans down a little bit, Ariel, says a little lower.
I admire how whatever has overcome their problem with the leg.
Oh, she's very capable.
I would have put her down myself.
I think that it is more impressive to overcome things that might hold you back than to succumb to them.
Here in the plains, there is only predator and prey.
But do not some animals act as a pack, protecting those that are weak and injured until they can be whole?
Are you whatever's pack?
I am not, but someone cared enough to take care of them. I take care of my own pack.
There's a pack as beautiful as you?
Together, we are more beautiful than any one of us alone. Do you ever come into the carnival?
I do not. I train some of my cats to perform. There is one who knows some of what I have taught them, but I have not attended the circus. Big Top is not a place where I am welcome.
If you ever do decide to come in, you would certainly be very welcome at the Cabaret Fantasia.
Cat Lady's head kind of turns to the side and they regard you.
What is this cabaret you speak of?
It is where I perform and where my people perform.
How does one gain entry?
For you, you may come in simply because I've invited you. Others do pay.
I will come.
I smile, just beam huge sunlight from behind the clouds. Smile. That is wonderful.
And then, in a very forward move, Cat Lady reaches up, and you can see the picture where Cat Lady's fingers, like there are these little claw attachments to the gloves that they wear. They turn their hand, and it looks like they're moving up to touch your cheek. Norville's not going to like that. He may not allow it. What do you do?
I think I mimic the motion in such a way that my hand goes up to hers.
Oh, nice. Nice. Cool. Now, let me ask you, you've been very pleasant with Cat Lady. Are you looking to get anything from them other than that invite? I just want to make sure, because I know we talked in post-game about you're not getting many checks, so I wanted to open this up. Are there any moves you would like to try to engage here?
Well, I have a feeling, purely from the mechanics, the only thing I managed to do here, I've already got checks for. So that's, but no, I'm really just pretty much trying to make a friend. Would not mind seeing them come into the show. That sort of thing.
Cool. So here we go. I'll just tilt this just a little bit, just to check in. Alex, we've got you for 9 more minutes. Like you're gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Marilyn, I assume you've done some of the hauling of the meat. There are a number of tarps with ropes on it, so you can kind of pull slabs of meat, drag it, put it in the cart. Yes.
Before we go on with the situation between Ariel and Cat Lady, I would like to read the situation, because I don't know if they're flirting, threatening each other, or what's going on.
That seems appropriate. Let's have you go ahead and
become more of a read someone, or if you're looking at that kind of thing, or
I actually want to read the situation here, because I'm not reading someone. I feel like I want to read the. You can read. You can try to read her, and I can read the situation.
I may actually do that. Yeah.
So go ahead.
All right. Oh, didn't you want to go first? You mentioned it first. So.
No, you go ahead. No, you have to.
Well, why don't you guys help? Like one could help the other, and that means you guys.
I think we're doing 2 different moves.
We're doing 2 different moves.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Okay, then don't help. Fine, whatever. I don't care. I'm just a fan of your characters. Roll plus sharp, then whatever.
Okay. What's my sharp?
0.
My sharp 0? Sure. Yeah, it is. Cool.
Do you think I'd lie?
I'd like to check for myself, because I was I kind of thought that I had a sharp +1, but I confused it with one of the other 4 characters I played this weekend. So let's roll this. Roll. Come on. It's a 9. Yay.
You get a question.
I have a question that I like that. I had the question I wanted to ask anyway. So I think who's in control here? Because I want to know if this the question is less about who obviously it's Cat Lady's place, but in this conversation I want to know who has the upper hand. Who's the one who's steering this? Is that Ariel, or is that Cat Lady, or is letting Ariel herself being steered? Because
you've been watching this while keeping watch, maybe making sure that you're in good range for anything about to go down. Ariel seems to be in control here. Because Cat Lady, you don't get the vibe that Cat Lady's being duplicitous or sneaking around at this point.
Okay, very cool. Good to know.
They're just weird enough to not be sneaky in a conversation, if that makes sense.
I'd like to help Marilyn.
All right.
Well,
How so? If you want to help Marilyn, then you just say, "How can I help you?" And Marilyn, you describe what Ariel would need to do.
Because I'm kind of engaging her now. If you're trying to read her,
yeah, I mean, Ariel's basically doing the kind of bringing out of the truths or tells that I'd be trying to pick up on. I mean, I'm basically able to read her because she's conversing with Ariel. So.
Okay. Oh, you already rolled.
Well, I mean, there's other things to the help.
Yeah, there's other things that come from rolling to help. So
purely
all right. Kind of... And help goes with our connections.
HX. Yeah.
Yep. So I rolled a 6 plus our X, which is 2. So I got an 8.
Nice. So with that 8 of the options for help, I think what you're doing is giving Ariel one more choice or hold, which means you get to ask a ton of questions. Holy cats.
Yeah.
All of them?
How could I get basically, how could I feel safe here? Basically, like how could I get some sort of promise of safety from Cat Lady?
You realize that what Cat Lady was trying to do with Ariel was scent her. By touching Ariel, Cat Lady was going to put a scent on Ariel that marked Ariel, as in, don't touch Ariel or Cat Lady will fuck you up.
Okay.
So if you get marked like that, you're good.
Okay. What do you hope I'll do?
Leave Ariel here.
Okay. Now I'm slightly more wary about asking this, but what are you thinking of doing?
Right now, Ariel, Cat Lady is at the point of thinking of inviting Ariel to stay. And based on that reaction, Cat Lady will make a decision whether it just remains a conversation or not. You get the vibe, Marilyn, from your previous encounter with Cat Lady, that if Ariel brutally rebuffs Cat Lady, violence will be happening.
Yes, I know from experience that, yes. Do I feel... I'll say, what are you feeling? I feel like seems like it from everything she's telling the truth, so what
Cat Lady is feeling very strong attraction to Ariel. Ariel is this unearthly, beautiful creature that Cat Lady is fascinated with.
I think if there's a moment when Ariel isn't when Cat Lady isn't just locked to Ariel,
I'd say you can work something in if you wanted to. Maybe there's a point where Norval reads, because Ariel's trying to help you. Norval says, "What about this?" And he asks for Cat Lady to come over and look at some cut of the meat. This has a lot of fat on it. Is this for the lion? And Cat Lady excuses themselves and moves over to that to give you a moment.
Like leaning, like keep glancing at Cat Lady and back, and like also little glances to the jaguars surrounding us, and lion and etc.
Oh my.
Look, unless you wanting to stay here as the little pets, we say our goodbyes politely, and we get out. Just
Well,
do not
yes.
piss off the Cat Lady.
Oh, of course not. She's so very nice.
Yeah, very nice. As they scratch one of these, like you can see obviously claw marks that are like just hinted at, like we got on my neck.
You must have not been very polite.
Yeah, well, live and learn, just about. So, polite, but I mean, your life if you want to stay here for tummy rubs or whatever.
No, I have things I must do back home.
Yeah, culture run. Yeah.
Then we'll jump away to Cat Lady coming back towards Ariel, and Norval is pulling, the tarp with the ropes, and he's pulling it up to load some more onto the cart. And he comes near you, whatever, and says, "I think this is about to go bad."
Why would you figure that? I think she likes Ariel.
Mm-hmm. Nobody leaves Cat Lady.
I don't understand you because I think you are muted, Nora.
Can you
I mean, I don't hear you.
test? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay. I didn't actually mute, but if you can't hear me, you can't hear me. Alex, you need to go, right? So thank you so much for playing.
Bye, Alex.
The part of Alex
Yeah.
played by an autopilot. Cool. So we'll pick up with whatever and normal conversation when we come back. Let's take a quick bio. See you guys in a few. There's going to be a problem. I don't think Cat Lady's going to let Ariel go. We need to do something here.
Oh, so you think that she will try to keep Ariel here against her will?
Yeah.
I didn't read that, but okay. Does that happen often?
I just don't trust her.
We'll see. I mean, we can.
We're almost done here, Ariel. We should probably load up and go. This cart's almost full.
All right, yes, I suppose that's true. Yes.
You could stay. You don't have to go, Ariel.
I wish I could visit longer. Had I known how pleasant it was going to be to meet you and your friends, I would have made those arrangements, but there's a child that I left waiting for me. She's an excellent dancer, and I'm hoping that I can speak with someone to help her in her performance. I have to be responsible for my people, but you said you would come and visit? That you will come to the show?
I will.
That would make me so happy.
Just got here. You just stepped off of that cycle moments ago. There's so much here I could show you.
Would you let me come back?
Yes.
That's so kind of you. Then, yes, I would love to come back and see the things you could show me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Cat Lady reaches out again to like cup your cheek this time, kind of not falling for the like hand gesture bit this time.
I'll let it go through.
I'll just prepare myself to stand in defense of either Ariel or the cat lady.
And I think as I'm letting this happen, those of you who are paying attention to me may see me drop down kind of like my hand with something like this to my side, and you see Norval kind of stiffen and probably look pissed off because I've signaled a hold.
Ooh, I don't know. He demands some discipline here. I think you're going to need to make a leadership roll to pull this off, because he really wants to pop this gun up and tell Cat Lady to back the hell off.
All right. Well, let's give it a shot. My leadership is off of hard, I believe. Yeah.
Which is -1.
It sure is. All right. Let's see it. That's a 9. I rolled a 10.
Nice. Mark hard. Don't forget.
Ooh, yeah.
And on leadership, on a 7 to 9. On 10 plus, they snap to, and you take +1 forward, do whatever you're having them do. On a hit, they do it. So yeah, it's a thing where he started to pull up his gun, but he sees the hand gesture, and he trusts you in all other things, and he does demand discipline. So he doesn't like it, but you realize whatever, he's not going to draw on Cat Lady. And Cat Lady reaches the hand out, and you see their fingers trail across the side of your neck, and like the camera, the audience sees that little glisten of something that Cat Lady's kind of smooth across your neck.
And I'll lean in and kind of
I will see you soon, Ariel.
I look forward to it. What should I call you?
I am known as the Cat Lady.
Is that what you want me to call you?
It is. Why? What do you want to call me?
I am happy to call you my Lady of Cats.
I like that. Yes, please.
I will see you soon. And I'll
Very
move.
Very soon.
And I'll move away. Maryland, are we not ready to go yet?
Marilyn makes some wisecrack and starts up the motorcycle, and then Norval closes the gate, and there is more than enough meat loaded up. He is bloody and messy, and he gets to sit on the meat all the way home. And so we will cut away as you guys are riding out, and we cut back to the shelter. Screw Loose, Dex, this Morlock, who you realize during that connection, her name is Ik, I-K, Ik. She removes her hands. You see? Our ticket.
Tickets for what?
What we need.
They plan to threaten Big Top with what we just saw.
Yes.
You would do that to people.
If we did that, then they could not give us anything.
I live up there. I'd prefer to keep living there. So not in agreement.
Only people who you've done this to will take you seriously.
It's ours. And she turns and starts to walk away. If you bring it through that tunnel, you're in our land, our territory, and we'll take it from you. I don't want to hurt either of you. You do good things.
Leave. Get out of here. Go.
She does.
I am in her face the whole time until she's
Nice.
out the door.
Cool. She walks straight forward, and then you realize she's actually not headed directly for the door, and is like, she starts to put her hands out as the echoes tell her that she's getting closer towards the door. And she ends up touching one of the walls and gliding her hand along it until she gets back to the door and steps through. Doesn't close it unless you close it after her.
Nope.
She leaves it open.
And I wait
Smell
till I
a
can't.
lot of that like weird jelly from a Spam container smell outside.
I wait until I can't hear her footsteps and then stalk back over to the fat man and screw loose. All right, Screw. Here's the situation. That tunnel is probably full of Morlocks right now.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is too big for us to carry out of here.
Yes.
I don't want the Morlocks to have even the barest chance to make a threat to use this object in the manner it was intended.
No. No, I live up there.
Same, I quite like it. I like it when it isn't
Boom.
a fast-moving cloud of dust. So, my proposal is that you sabotage this device as safely as you can, and we leave this room and rearm the door.
I'm going to say that you have to roll to charm to see if this is.
Yep. You can take little bits from it, but we can't take the whole thing. And yeah, here comes the roll. What we got? Oh my god. All right, well. Good news, I marked improvement. Bad news.
I'm sorry, what move did you hit?
I was trying to roll to charm.
I told her that she had to charm me because
that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Sweet. Yeah, so you fail that. That's good. You start to charm. Hey, I'll just flip the move back. Screw loose. You realize that Dex is trying to convince you of this thing, but you have more leverage over her than she has over you. So let's double check our charm and deceive. So you get a 10 plus. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, charm and deceive is a little less actionable. I'm a little fuzzier now, I realize. Okay.
Yeah. Burned over appears to have a lot less social leverage.
Yeah, a lot less. So flipping that move actually has no mechanical benefit whatsoever. And it just fails. Sounds terrible. So let me look at something else. Yeah.
I think at least like Screwloose's reply is just like, but I don't want to break it. I mean, I don't want it to boom, but I don't want to break it.
Fair enough, Screwloose.
How about we just take as much as we can?
Like what?
We'll have to open it up. I don't know what's inside.
And like Dex just spends a moment weighing, God, do I just walk out right now? Do I just leave?
It's totally fair.
Cool. So
And
you
I
guys
can't
are sitting
bring
there.
myself to do it.
Yeah.
I walk for the door and I just wait there.
Ooh. You gonna leave it behind?
No, I'm waiting at the door. I take up my spot on one of the shelving units. I'm on top. I'm leaning against the wall that the door is set into. And I just take out my stun gun and I wait.
All right, screw loose. What's your plan?
I want to try and take the things that make it work.
Interesting.
And like as a whole, I don't want to break it.
You want to break it, okay? I see a couple ways that we can do this. You're not in your workspace, so
No.
I don't feel like tinkering works here for me unless you have a different viewpoint on it. You
No.
could, yeah, okay, we're on the same page there. You could try to speak to it and ask it how to break it.
Well, I don't want to break it. I want to take it. I want to keep
Stop
it
it from
working.
working. Yeah, keep it from working. Sorry, break it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I
Remove
want
its
to,
ability to blow up. And then there's always the multi-purpose act under fire, which could be a thing as well. So I think Think Speak seems most appropriate.
Yeah. All right.
Already marked weird, but you do get a +2 there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Doesn't look like Dex is helping you.
No. That's an
Didn't
11.
need it. Well, I know what question you're going to ask, right? Is the what's wrong with this?
What's wrong with this and how might I fix it?
You know, you're going to need to remove the housing, and then there are a few pins and connections that you can easily remove and stick in your pocket. And this thing, unless someone has those specific parts, won't work.
Okay.
But the level of precision to make any of these instruments is a lot. You think you could pull it off, but it will take you, like these pins and the innards you are removing, if you needed to remanufacture them, would be a very painstaking and expensive process.
Ah. Hmm. I'm gonna go for what strong emotions have been most recently nearby this.
So the most recently is a stretch. This has been sitting here for many, many years. The last emotions that were felt, the strong emotions around this, were the panicked reactions of soldiers trying to keep it under control and clear this space out. And this one was left behind. All the other racks had other fat men.
I think the rest of the questions are not super relevant. Who made this?
The United States military.
Whatever a military is and whatever a United States is, I guess.
What even is a military?
I'm gonna get to work then.
Okay.
Oh, Rich, I'm gonna spend my hold for my sixth sense finally.
Yeah, well, you've got it back since she's no longer touching you.
Yep. So what is my sixth sense telling me right now?
Sixth sense is telling you that while Ick seems to respect the laws of scavenge, you get the sense that not all the Morlocks will. And they're going to be working on this door if there's no one around to keep them away from it. They were working on the door before.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it takes a little while. You remove the casing. You've got your blowtorch, but you realize it's probably not the best thing to have inside this. There's dust all inside. It wasn't a perfect seal, but you kind of blow on it for a little bit, brush things aside, snip a few wires, pull out some of the springs, and you have deactivated this thing. You feel pretty confident.
Taking everything I can take.
All right. You could fetch some serious barter for all these parts.
Mm-hmm.
But they mostly would be made for other farms. So
yeah, I first want to take this to my workshop.
Okay. So you need Screw Loose comes with handfuls of her stuff and
big smile.
Toss them in the bag.
Wait, this one needs to be careful, I think. Now the rest.
And I lever myself down carefully and put my stun gun away.
step out and you see that there are a dozen Morlocks in this tunnel. They all have brute stabbing weapons. And they're watching you. Ick is not among them.
Well, in the end, we couldn't figure out a way to carry out anything. It's too bad, really. Now pull the door shut and start with the wheel turn. Screw arm it. Arm the door.
You know what? I'm really curious. Like, we've got nothing. That seemed like you're trying to deceive these guys. They throw them off the scent a little bit. Let's see if you pull that off.
First deceive.
Mhm.
Yeah, charm or deceive. Roll with cool.
And I'm like, don't give me that look. Look at my hands. I can even, and I like hop up and down. I'm not burdened with anything. I'm sure Ick told you how big that object was. It's not here. It's an 11.
Nice. Okay, then they can't argue with that. And maybe these Morlocks aren't really mechanics, so it doesn't seem to occur to them that you guys could disable this thing. So yeah, you press the keypad to reactivate it after closing and sealing the door. You turn the wheel, you hear that thunk as all of the bolts slide back into place very precisely. And the Morlocks watch. You realize you're going to have to walk past them or through them. Who leads the way?
I go
Dex.
first.
I'm literally just following in her footsteps, like.
Posture's up. Head is straight. Looking straight ahead.
You're not trying to threaten anyone. It seems like you're just going to try to part the Red Sea here. Is that right? Act under fire.
All right.
Screw this. Are you helping?
Yes.
By the way, our conversation about double help and how that's wide open, I agree. So you can get 2 XP for helping. You can get an XP for help and an XP for interrupt. However we want to do that.
Helping is not with cool. Helping is with HX.
XX.
Yep. So I got an 8.
Boom. And I have a 12
Nice.
for my help.
Nice.
Dang, you're a super good helper. We'll call that a +1.
So I'm apparently calmer than I thought I would be.
You're so nervous that Dex becomes more calm. Cool. So on a 7 to 9, you hesitate, flinch, or stall, and I can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an unfortunate choice. You walk through, and the Morlocks start to step out of your way. None of them are that terribly physically imposing. Their bodies are often frail, thin, hairless.
So some of them have hair?
Yeah, some of them have like patchy hair.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are bald or balding. And I had a picture. There we go. At the very end of this tunnel, just before you reach the construction area, this person steps in. And he says, "We're going to get that bomb. We're going to get what we deserve." We don't want to kill you.
I agree.
But we will. One day. You have one day.
To do what?
Give or trade the bomb to us. Fat Man will be ours.
It's in there. All you need to do is get it.
He steps out of your way.
I walk past.
I wave and
And he doesn't say anything, but the rest of the Morlocks start to move up to the door again.
Keep going.
Cool. And
still,
you guys
still
can
not running yet, right?
make your way back past the drill. I'm kind of like when I think of this drill, I haven't really given much, but I'm giving much description. But I'm kind of imagining the drill from Total Recall up on Mars. It was like a just huge boring thing. Yeah, it was like imagine a bulldozer, but it's pushing this honking drill that makes a tunnel. That's what I'm kind of imagining is going on there. It's very, very loud. You guys can make your way out of Halcyon Bureau if you would like. And
Yes, please.
I'd like to jump forward some time, just like smash cut to mix up scene partners or something like that. Why don't we pick up with Ariel and whatever arriving at Dex's infirmary? We'll say that Marilyn's gone off successfully, got the meat and is trading for the jingle and everything is
And I got my cut of the meat, right?
yes.
I'll just use that for my, food stuff thingies. That was our.
It's real
that was
good. It's real
that
good.
was
You're
our deal.
basically eating steak tartare. Yay?
I need someone to dry this for me, though. I mean, I can't eat. This won't keep, right?
No.
That may be a reason to get to Dex's, I
There we
guess.
go. Yeah.
Do you do that? Can you do that, Dex?
I mean, there's preserving it, and then there's preserving it in a way that's delicious. And I'm good at the first one, but Monk is good at the second one.
So I'll drag my cut to Dex if Ariel wants to come along.
I need to pick up panache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're smash cutting and jumping forward. So yeah, you've gotten whoever you wish, and I just want to have a group scene so we
Sure.
so I don't get that feedback again. I cheat.
So yeah, I would be there. I would have left a little message that I wish to speak to the regent whenever she has a moment.
And I need to get to the regent as well with Drummer, I remember. So I'm sticking with Ariel if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you wish to have Dex dry out this meat?
Reserve. I mean, I can't eat all of this meat in one go and one keep. It'll rot, and then I have a handful of rotting meat, and it's no use to me.
Well, that makes absolute sense. So I guess we get to the infirmary.
Yeah.
I can do it myself, but people look a bit weird if I start doing fires on someone's wager just to dry my meat. If I dried wheat there, that they would probably like it, but I don't have any.
Dex!
Is that... And I'll, like, peek through a window and half peel one of those black gloves. Yes? Oh! Welcome! The entrance is just around the corner. Snap. And I'll hustle to meet them at the door. Hello, ladies. Ariel. Are you here
Hello.
for a trim, color, cleaning, a physical?
Well, I mean, while we're here, I'll look over it, whatever. I mean, I could probably use a touch up. And oh, Panache, you would look so cute with a new do.
Oh, yes. Do what?
A new hairdo. It'll make you feel fresh and take on the day with something new and wonderful.
Yes. If you like the hair, I will get hair.
Oh, sweetie.
Do the hair do?
Oh, and whatever wants you to, what was it? Dry your meat?
Would have said myself, but yeah, I've got a lot of meat, and I wondered if you could help me dry it out, just so it would keep. I mean, I'd trade you some of it for the process.
How much is a lot?
I'll drag up this huge. I drag up this package that I have, and so it's kind of this one.
That's a lot, Monk. Do you think we can smoke this?
Yes. It's not that old. I think we can smoke this. This will be good. I'm gonna try out some of that pepper that I've been working on.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, and maybe
Nothing too fancy. I can't afford that. I need to keep as much of that as possible. You know.
Did
Right.
you bring
cactus
the
nut?
skins along too? Whatever?
Yeah, half of it, I guess. Or yeah. Yeah, I brought the skins. Sure, I'm dragging this huge thing after me. Maybe I've left the skins with Marilyn because I can't carry all of that stuff and my own
If-
equipment.
I'll tell you what. You can get a jingle for the skins at Solomon's Wager. So
Fair enough. Cool. Unless, of course, Ariel wants to have it, and we can
Aw,
have a
you just
deal there.
I may come back and look once it's been cured, but no, you should get your money.
Okay, I will. I can get another one.
All right. Well, Monk, I think experiment with our portion and be frugal with whatever's portion. You're going to have to cut this into smaller pieces to smoke it
Of-
properly. Anyway.
Right. But it'll be so boring.
I mean, I don't mind having pepper and stuff on it. Surely
Oh well,
not.
then it's
but
settled. It's settled. Then.
okay. Okay.
If you
Don't
don't
worry.
mind, I don't mind. No one minds. There's no minding.
And
I'm
I'll
gonna
like
work on it.
throw. Well, no, I won't because I know better. But I'll like bend down to whatever's level and I'll go, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Monk likes making food delicious. It's not an extra cost.
Okay. That yeah. I don't want to cheat you or anything, Dex here.
And we're not going to cheat you. It's going to be fine.
Cool.
Deep breath, sweetheart.
Cool.
Cool. You're welcome to some water while you're here.
Killed a murder bear. Or two. I killed 2 murder bears.
They're real.
Yeah, for real. Ariel saw it.
They had the prettiest multicolored fur.
Kept a little piece of it just because it was so pretty. And I'll show you. Look. I got this.
Well, it's just a big world out there, isn't it?
We met the Lady of Cats.
Oh, her.
She was very friendly.
It's not what I've heard, but interesting.
I think she might have wanted to keep you there.
I get that a lot.
Come on,
Yeah.
Ariel. Have a seat. And I'll gesture to an open chair and call on Lion to help Panache.
And Lion will take Panache back to the little, the sink, with a dip in the sink, and the chair scoot up and starts working on the little, gets a couple of pads so that Panache is tall enough to be able to lean back, and starts washing Panache's hair and talking to her as she takes out all the fixings for the cornrows and starts with a little bit of a relaxer. And yeah, Panache seems very excited about being pampered and getting a special haircut.
Good.
Monk will take the pieces of meat and she'll quickly get to work on trying to cure and smoke that as soon as possible. What about Screw Loose?
I wasn't sure if I was there. I didn't hear my name.
I think you are, just so
right.
You're not left out, because that would suck.
I think like Screw Loose is probably just like sitting in a corner, like fiddling with some stuff, like almost like a child's playing with his blocks, playing with his Legos, and like he's probably a bit preoccupied or something. Goes, huh? What?
Yeah, I'll go over to him and say, hey, excuse me, Screws? Hi.
Hi.
Am I bothering you?
No.
You seem preoccupied. I don't want to intrude or anything. If you're fiddling with your stuff.
No.
Okay. I mean, can you take a look at my knee, please? It's kind of wobbly. That murder bear tossed me down. I lost my footing, and now it's kind of, I don't know. It's not the same. Can you take, please? I've got some fresh meat.
Pull down your pants. Pull down your pants.
Oh, yeah, I pull them up. They're loose enough so that
Okay,
I can take.
Too.
Yeah, I don't like to pull them down. I think the leg was severed at the mid thigh somewhere, so she can just take it off. Hand it over.
You been standing weird?
Yeah, I don't know. I've not been standing weird. I've just been dragged down by one of these murder bears a little. So I think there might be something wonky with the knee, and it feels kind of, yeah, I've been walking weird.
Take off your shoes.
Okay, I take off the other shoe.
And like you'll see him like backing away from like, yeah, they're not quite even.
Can you fix it, please?
Well, we can take a bit of the foot, and then I guess you prefer. No, okay, fine.
No, please fix the not. Don't take my food. I like my food. That's a good food. It's the only one I have.
Okay, but then I need to. Okay, you'll need longer. Like, we'll need a longer piston for this one here, and then we can. It'll take me a while.
Okay, fine.
Like, and you're gonna have to. You can't use it while I was gone.
Yes, I understand the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing that we're at Dex's and she has crutches around. You don't mind me using one of these, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
I can fit you for a stiff leg too. It's not going to bend like this one, but
I don't know how long do you think you need, Screw?
Like half an hour. But I prefer if you keep it on so that they can keep then they can adjust it to the right length.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Otherwise, I have to
work
from memory.
Yeah, fine. I keep it on.
Let me know if you're having any interface issues.
Oh, her.
I have no. It's been fine. It's been a bit itchy, but that's all. It's always been itchy, so
No night movement?
nah. I take it off during the night usually.
Not
Have you s-
everyone that I recommend do that does that. And then they
s-
come yelling at me and say, oh, my hand tried to choke me in the night.
You
Why
said
do
that
you
I
make
should
it like that?
You said I should take it off when I go to sleep, so I do. I mean, I listen to you because you're the one who knows stuff.
It's also fine if you just wrap it in an oily blanket.
Yeah, I don't have an oil. I have an oily blanket. Sure.
Wouldn't
Also
that
fun.
be unpleasant for your bed?
Deeply.
I don't have a bed, so
Well, I mean, I guess.
Unless you're screw loose, in this which case it's mildly unpleasant.
What do you sleep on?
whatever I get.
Oh, oh. Oh, well, that's sort of a shame.
I'm used to it. I mean, I could always go back to Carnelian, but I don't like it there.
When do you sleep on, Ariel?
Well, on a bed with many pillows.
Okay.
Is that comfortable?
Well, yes, very.
Oh, okay.
Where did you get them?
Oh, well, people have given them to me over the years, and I believe the bed was a gift from someone. Well, it was a combination gift from several who sew well, and at least one of our carpenters, and a very nice lady who had a bunch of chickens.
Chickens.
I heard they're dangerous.
Really? Well, I just got the feathers. I believe she kept the chickens.
Well, chickens are only really a threat if you get a particular
Okay.
scratch and don't.
Yeah, you can eat.
Really, a scratch.
Not. It's and like I'm reading through a couple of names of bacteria that are common exposures for it, and I just say you should wash any scratch from any source, but you should especially wash a scratch from a chicken, which is not typically badly dangerous. Ordinarily, your immune system would handle it.
Ariel,
Yes, Skurloos?
please be careful around chickens.
I certainly will be in the future. I was
Okay,
so unaware.
Good.
Oh, but they do make nice eggs.
I
think
will
I've-
trade a whole haircut for one egg. Speaking of which, did you have anything in mind today?
Well, just a bit of color. And really just making sure that Padash, I mean, I'd love for her to just really sing. But a bit of color here and there. I trust your taste no matter what.
I'll be right back. And I walk off for the storeroom real quick.
When you
Cool.
return, I'll ask if you have heard of the electric circuit. It's going to happen soonish.
I have quite heard of the electric circuit.
Well, think I'm going to be driving with Marilyn this time.
All right. Well, be on your toes. There's a lot of sabotage that goes into that.
That's why I have to go too.
I've got maybe half of the additional stock that I think we'll need for it.
For the sabotage. Huh?
For fixing the sabotage.
Oh.
And the people that got on the sabotage things.
Do you need some backup or something if you go to fix? I mean, they might react violently or something. If you go to fix the sabotage.
I think he means fixing your bike if it's sabotaged. Is that right, Screwloose?
Yeah, the one I made.
Oh, okay.
He's very talented.
I know. Yeah.
But Dex has to fix the people that come off the vehicles that were sabotaged.
Oh, right.
Could any of them be salvageable?
It does sound horribly dangerous.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
They're building fresh tunnels into Halcyon Bureau so that they can go through and under the big top.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. And I would be most cautious in those portions if I were you.
Murlocs.
Yeah, caution is my middle name.
Murlocs.
I thought your middle name was also whatever.
It's true.
Murlocs are the start of things. Grim and his mechanic are the end of them.
Okay, Morlocks don't have guns usually, so I don't worry much about that, but Grim's not the story.
Grim wants to keep his position, I'm sure. I haven't ever heard anything to lead me to believe that he wouldn't do anything to get it.
Yeah, but do anything to get to the first position is basically electric circuit, right?
It's not like he's going into an environment that is alien to sabotage and violence, that's for sure.
Huh.
All right, well, Ariel, let's get you shampooed up and ready.
I watch.
Of course. He lets me watch him repair things. I let him watch me make hair pretty.
Especially Ariel's hair.
I like being watched.
Your hair is already so fair, I say, as I'm like running my hands through it and, rubbing shampoo into the scalp. I don't think that I'm going to have to bleach or anything. The coolest color I have arranged for you is a purple.
Oh, I love purple. That's wonderful.
And it's dark too, so it's not going to sour like a lot of blues can. I cannot believe the kind of bleaching I have to do for Marilyn's hair.
I imagine the washing process may be the more arduous one.
I like Marilyn's hair. It's very fancy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And whatever you, I assume, have followed them into the hair salon portion of the infirmary to
exactly where
exactly
where Screwloose needs me to fix my legs. So
yeah. True. Okay, but close enough to where you can participate in the conversation. But your voice, one of the people that was already here has their hair in curlers is Winkle, who is a performer for Big Top, and he looks up when he hears your voice and slaps shut the frail magazine that he was reading, one of the infirmary copies, of course. It's like a Cosmopolitan from 70 years ago, still apropos. And he drops it onto the coffee table, stands up with the curlers in his hair and says, "Whatever. Oh, I have been looking everywhere for you."
Well, you found me?
I know. I'm so good at this. Listen, I have excellent news. You're allowed to come back to the Big Top. You're welcome.
Yay me. Thank you for telling me.
Of course. And Winkle starts to reach out and then quickly pulls the hands back. I'll just go back to my magazine, but congratulations.
Yep. What precipitated this? Do you know that? I mean,
I don't think that rain had anything to do with it, darling. I'm sorry.
huh. Okay. What made Nero decide that I could come back?
Ah, well, Nero had a conversation with a certain special someone who lobbied your wonderfulness.
Can you be a bit more vague, please?
Oh, how many people care that much for you, whatever?
I don't know.
Like this game, can you make a list? Perhaps a top 5?
Okay, Winkle, look, you want to fuck with me? Really? Are you serious?
No fighting in refuge, or else you will not
Oh.
be welcome back.
Okay, sorry, Dex. Okay, Winkle, thank you for telling me. Go back to your magazine.
It was Carnelian. So fun until you made it not fun. Grabs his magazine, just sits down, very dramatically crosses his legs, and opens
And I
the
will.
magazine back up.
What do they want now? Damn it.
Meanwhile, I have a few strands of Ariel's hair already saturated with dye and wrapped in tinfoil and sectored out. It's clear that I have some sort of like really careful plan that I'm executing on with efficiency. It's
Nice.
actually like not disturbingly quick, but it's impressive. And sometimes I will do things one-handed, like I will tuck and fold the foil all the way down the lock one-handed while preparing something else with my other hand. The dex for dexterous.
I'm just sitting back and enjoying both the attention and the pampering.
Oh yeah, I totally see this scene of like Ariel and then Panache like side by side, getting a little bit of the pampering for a moment. The two of you enjoying that moment. So I think we're near end of session just because of time. Are there anything that folks? Is there a scene or anything that folks need to do before we bring things to a close?
I will ask whatever if they want to touch up on their little color streak before we go.
I mean, sure, I'd like to, but I've got touch up on the leg, touch up on the hair. Yeah, fine, whatever. I've got meat to pay all, so.
All right. Once I've got Ariel set and waiting,
I think Lion would say, I can multitask. Why don't you focus on Ariel? I'll take care of whatever.
Thank you, Lion.
Of course.
I look a bit suspiciously at Lion. I look at Dex. Okay.
I give whatever a reassuring nod. Lion will take good care of you.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
If there's anyone who is perhaps slightly better on some days with hair than I am, it would be Lion.
Okay. But I trust you. Yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm just, my hand is, for people who know me, my hand is on my knife all the time. I'm not doing anything, but I'm really tense because I don't really know this person very well.
Line will move up, and is it all right if I guide you to a chair so that we can wash your hair and prep you for the color?
Ask Strulos, he's fiddling with the leg. I have to stand, I think, right?
I'm sorry.
No, not for all of it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I'll take care of you when you can focus.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're comfortable, okay? Whatever.
Yeah, thank you. I look at Scrolls when he's moved further along. I look at him and I say, why do I need to be comfortable for him to color my hair? It's weird.
I don't know.
Oh, God. Neither do I.
So with that, we'll bring the session to a close then.
I do have one
you have
quick
a thing?
thing.
Okay, cool. What you got?
As Panache and I are leaving, since I'm guessing scene will be over, we're not starting back up in scene, are we?
I think we should move on, progress some time. I'd like to get to Electric Circuit and some performance, big top performance stuff.
Then as Panache and I are leaving, and she looks totally delighted in her hair, I'm imagining it looks phenomenal.
It looks awesome.
And Norval is downstairs waiting. I'll come out and say, do you like it?
And Dex didn't dye all of Ariel's hair.
Ooh.
But it's done in this very interesting sort of transitioning ombre pattern that plays against her natural hair color.
Ooh, neat.
That's cool. I think when you ask Panache if she likes, do you like it, she would immediately respond as if she thinks you're asking, which you may be, but her assumption is you're asking if she likes your hair. And so she says, oh, you're always beautiful.
Do you like what was done with your hair, my sweet?
She straightens up and then she'll look over to one of the mirrors and you see her eyes just get a little wet and she touches her hair, but she's afraid to mess with it and says, yes.
You're my little star. And I'll walk, she'll skip a bit away as I walk to Norval. And I believe the cat lady will be coming to visit us soon.
I'll barter for some more weapons.
That's very smart of you. When we were talking, I sensed you were somewhat upset.
You know the cat lady nearly killed Marilyn before.
Are you comparing me to Marilyn?
Of course not.
When I am talking to someone, you follow my lead, don't you?
Do you want me to follow your lead or do you want me to keep you safe?
You follow my lead.
Nice. Nice.
And I'll kind of smile and take his hand. Now let's go home.
He nods a couple times and then he will let you lead him away. Cool. So let's do our end of session stuff. We already know that Marilyn chose Ariel. Alex said so in chat. I caught that. So, right? Unless I misread, that was like an hour ago. So,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've got the correct read on it.
On autopilot now, I choose Ariel for HX purposes. I was right. Yay me. Okay, cool. So let's head from left to right because Marilyn was first. So next, Screw Loose. Who knows you better?
Dex.
Cool. So Dex mark +1 HX.
That would take me to a 4.
Ooh.
Nice.
Which, does that mean that I mark XP or improvement?
Improvement. Improvement.
So that means that
Congratulations.
I get a thing. And I have to reset Screw Loose's HX to 0.
To 1.
Oh,
It
to 1.
goes to 0 if you negative out. It goes to 1 if you positive out.
Gotcha.
Do we want to? I don't know if you remember, Jan. Remember back in the day when we did Apocalypse World and people rolled over? We had that custom where you could ask a question. You think. So one of the things that we've house ruled in previous Apocalypse Worlds is if you roll over, the player gets to ask that the player and character get to ask that player and character a question, just an open question. So if you want to take some time and think about that, ask it in the chat.
I've got one.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Have you been happier since you got the nanites?
It would be tough to get me to admit it, but yeah.
I mean, you don't have to admit it. It's just something I know now.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You would definitely, you're one of like 2 people who would be able to just figure it out through observation. But like, since I've gotten the nanites and their network in my brain, like, I have a marketable skill set. I've been able to establish myself in the area. You know that it was a big part of my decision to stay in Big Top instead of going back to whatever home territory my family is from. And that's maybe been a bit challenging for me. But, you know, if you gave Dex a time machine and said, okay, so there goes younger you, are you going to stop her? She wouldn't.
Thanks.
Awesome. That was well worth it. I'm glad I decided to use that little thing, and I'll type it up so we have access to it in our
it's cool.
Dex. Who knows you better?
Oh goodness, it's between Screw Loose and Ariel, but I've got to give it to Screw Loose because I think we had much more dramatic moments together. Screw Loose got to see Dex, mad.
Under tension.
Under tension. And like, few things bring Dex's temperature above lukewarm as far as mood goes.
Apparently, nukes are one of them.
Saves it for when it really counts.
Who knew? Awesome. And then we would go to whatever. Who knows you better?
That's either Ariel or Marilyn, I guess.
Choose one at your whim.
I get to choose one at my whim. I think Ariel and I haven't been doing a lot of stuff together, so it's probably Ariel.
Makes sense.
Marilyn rolls over as well.
Oh my.
Is she?
Yeah,
No.
he has 3 HX.
Oh, yeah.
With who?
Huh?
Marilyn has 3 HX with whatever.
Yeah, but I chose Ariel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait, what?
I mean, Marilyn. I don't think Marilyn learned a lot of new stuff about me, and Ariel. I think this is one of the first times that Ariel has seen whatever in her element.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Good call. So that means you go up to
and Marilyn
3 with whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Marilyn wasn't there at that dramedy where you saw other stuff.
That makes sense. Okay.
Did you mark up from? Okay, you're doing it. And then Ariel, who knows you better?
I think it's going to be whatever. primarily coming off of that read you did of who's in control here.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Fair.
think that gave you some idea of
Yeah.
knowing me in situations.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. That will bring the mechanical parts to a close. So we'll go ahead and bring this recording to a close and meet back up next week. Thank you all so much for playing.